Hey, this is Kenny with simplelivingsanity.blogspot.com, and I'm here to share with you my frugal buys. I've been preparing for bike camping. I've wanted to bike two or more. I went on one bike tour, kind of a practice tour. I needed to get out last spring, and I wanted to try it out. I borrowed some items, used some of my own items, tried to figure out what I needed to get. I went to Stub Stewart with my buddy. It was very easy to get to. It was just a quick max ride from Portland, Oregon to the end of the line in Hillsboro. Got off, went through some beautiful farmlands. There's a trail over there that's absolutely gorgeous. It's about 60 or so miles. It's a good day trip, and I think it only took us about 5 hours to get there from Portland and get to our campsite. It was only $10, and there's benches with tables, just regular campsite type stuff. Clean bathroom, nothing fancy, just a toilet, and there was water and all your basic needs met, and we loved it. It was great, but it was really a great way for me to also learn how to pack up my bike, and you'll see some photos on my blog page of me loading my bike all loaded up, my green GT Nomad that I've been commuting on. It worked wonderfully for the camp trip. I might have to raise the handlebars a little bit. I might have to change the stem. I'm discovering that I need that with my back problems and my neck problems. But it worked really well. It had all the braze-ons and everything, and it did pack everything nicely, and it's got a nice steel frame, so it worked well. So anyways, I'm going to show you what I got. I got a Big Agnes Lost Ranger. I wanted to get a really good sleeping bag, and I figured the best way to do it, this is a nice down 620 fill sleeping bag. It's been rated. Generally, people seem to really like it. It will compress pretty well. It's a reasonable 3 or 4 pounds, and I like it because it also, there's a sleep system. You can put the Big Agnes pad, the 2.5-inch pad in it, and I found that, well, what I did is I got an REI credit card. You sign up for it, buy a few things on it, and you get a free $100 gift card with it, plus you get percentages back every time you purchase anything on that card, so it helps with your dividend. It helps build it a little bit. So I got that card. I got my $100 credit card. I'm going to use that to buy the pad for this. That never seems to be on sale at REI. And I'm going to do it when the 30% comes out. So that way I can go in there, buy the pad, 30% off the, $80, $90 it normally cost. And then I'll have a really wonderful sleep system. So I slept horribly on a Thermarest one. I could not sleep. My buddy let me borrow his wife's Thermarest, like inch and a half thick pad, and I just could not sleep at night. And I also used a mummy sack I felt really uncomfortable and confined in, and I will never ever do that again. That was horrible. So I got this. It was on my top 5 list. I went to the used gear sale that happened at the end of the year one, which is huge at REI, and it was there a half hour late. I occupied the rack because people started bringing stuff back. Finally, this awesome sack came, and it was $89. And normally this is like a $260 one. It's the large one. It's a little bigger than I really need, by a foot or something. But it'll compress well, and I also picked up a sack for it to compress it and to protect it. And I'm not intending to open it until I'm actually ready to go to sleep. So I'm not too worried about it getting wet if it's rainy or anything like that, because it'll always be packed up away from the weather until I'm ready to go to sleep. But I look forward to getting that sleep system because that's going to be wonderful. I've been laying on that pad every time I go to REI saying, yeah, this is the one. But here's the Black Diamond Light that I got, $25, LL Bean. It was during one of their sales where they had 10% off and free shipping. It was $25 for this. That's the best price I could possibly find. So I got that, and I got the LL Bean camp pillow. I thought about a Thermarest. Those are about $27. This is the same size as the medium. This was $13 because of the 10% off. The ratings were really good. People seem to really like it. This sack is waterproof. And it compresses in here reasonably well. It's not awesome. It's not fancy. It's cotton. It's a basic pillow. I'll probably get a little pillowcase for it, so if I'm out camping, I can just wash the pillowcase once in a while and hang dry it and not do the whole pillow. But it's, it's a good size. It seems like it's going to hold my head pretty well. Yeah, it's nice color too, not bad. And I got a REI Half Dome 2 tent during the Black Friday sale. I hate Black Friday normally. I never go to anything on Black Friday. I avoid it as much as I can because I think it's just irritating. But when I saw this online, this was available, I rushed over to REI to get it. There was a ton of them too. Half Dome 2 is a really good tent, really well rated. I was thinking about getting one anyways. $170, I always thought, you know, that's a good tent. And I intended to consider it. And I wasn't going to spend $300+ to get a lightweight two-person tent, which a lot of those two-person lightweight tents, let's face it, they're too tiny when they're one person. So I would get a two-person. The Half Dome 2 is a reasonable 4.5, 5 pounds. Nothing wrong with that. And I got it on sale that day for $119, and it included the footprint that's normally $26.95. So it's really like I got this tent for 90 bucks. Great tent, great price. I think it's going to totally do the trick. For hiking, I think it's a little teeny bit heavy, a couple pounds more than you want, but for bike camping, it's negligible. You can kind of, you know, deal with a little bit extra weight. So it's totally good for that. I'm very happy. I'm glad I had to spend $300 on a tent. Here is the sporks that I got from Fred Meyer, local grocery store, and that was only $5 for two of them for these Swedish spork things, and I think they'll be great. I also got this MSR Pocket Rocket Stove for $25, plus a 10% off coupon that I had for REI, so I got an even better deal than that. And I need to get some canisters for that, obviously. I got a mess kit, just your basic Coleman mess kit, Boy Scout kit, for $4.79 REI. I'm not sorry, not REI, but at Fred Meyer. All the REI and all the other ones were like $35, $40 for those kits. I'm not spending that much for a couple pots and a spoon. Not going to happen. So this little hokey, this little bolt thing, I think is a little bit lame. But at least if you lose this, you can pick it up at a hardware store. Really easy to replace. And you take this off, get all the stuff in it. Pretty straightforward. Got your little pot and cook your beans and rice in. And you've got your little cup for your coffee. And you've got, you know, a little cover for the pot too, which is fine. I'm sure it's not totally awesome for making rice and stuff, but it'll do the trick. It'll totally cover basic needs. And then you bolt this back onto the pan so that you can cook your food on it. I think it's totally reasonable. For $4.79, and I could sell that at a garage sale for probably practically that amount if I decide that I want to upgrade later on. Evac dry sack, I picked this up for $15 plus 10% off. That's going to be for the Long Ranger sleeping bag. I also got myself a coffee cup for $2 at Fred Meyer, heavy gauge steel. I heard of people cooking in these. I'm not totally sure if I want to do that, but maybe I'll carry it if I feel like it's necessary. Got that little tiny dumb one that's in there, but this is a possibility. I might take it with me. I don't know about cooking though. The multi-towel I got for $7. It's a medium size, 23.5 by 37. No, that's not right. I don't think it's that big. I think they accidentally gave me two of these. Maybe it is that large. Well, I guess it is. But it's just as good as all the MSR ones and stuff that I saw there. So I think that's pretty awesome stuff that I got. And I also have my GT Nomad bike. That's already ready to go. Got its rack and it's got its Planet Bike lights on it and everything. And I also have these Orlieb panniers that I've been using for commuting. Nice Backpacker Plus ones. And I've got this great REI Novara raincoat. So I think I've got all my basics. If you have any other ideas, I know there's some other stuff that I brought that I'm forgetting and I might still want to get. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you very much and enjoy the upcoming spring. Can't wait for the sunny skies and going camping on my bike.